When I went to my first market, it was nothing I really expected, but I went through the motions and I tried to do my best, and that's really all that you can do. I do have a bunch of candles, and I try to stick with one product at a time and then grow from there.
Cool. All right, see you, man. Of course. The very first market you attend as a vendor often doesn't go quite the way you imagine it will. You spend weeks preparing, making sure your product are ready, carefully setting your prices, and maybe even picturing how the day will go. Then you arrive, set up, and realize it is nothing like what you expected. And that is completely normal. Every single market is different. Some are busy and fast-paced, some are quiet and more relaxed, and some attract a crowd that is completely different from what you picture. That's part of what makes market unique. No two are exactly the same. When you are brand new, it can be tempting to second-guess yourself right away. You might start wondering if your prices are too high or too low. You might look around at other vendors and compare your booth or display to theirs. But here's something important to remember. Before you start changing everything, take a step back. Stay true to your product and your vision. Your first market is not the time to completely reinvent what you're doing. Instead, think of it as a learning experience. You are gathering information, figuring out how people respond to your products, and noticing what works and what doesn't.
My first market was in Colorado. I was in college. It was just like a small little college to get together. They had a bunch of people wandering through the student union. We had a bunch of people coming through, trying to get to classes, and they just kind of stopped and looked at everything. My first market went really, really well. And it was just after COVID ended. So it was just super fun little thing, making jewelry, and I was trying to sell my photography as well. And I started to get into it a little bit more and just really enjoyed it.
Those are made fresh, but it's made, I mean, you can make it and this will last you till Christmas, really. You could put it in your fridge and you could eat on it for a month or two. My kids will eat on it for 6 months after Christmas, and it still tastes just as good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a British guy? No. Just a love for English toffee.
Yes, he's been making it for a long time.
That's cool. Well,
come get some.
Come get some. It's a good stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is easy to feel like all eyes are on you because you're the newbie. That nervous feeling is real. Setting up your booth for the first time can feel intimidating. But the truth is, most people are not paying nearly as much attention as you think. Other vendors are busy running their own booth, managing sales, talking to customers, and keeping track of their products. They don't have time to sit and judge the new person in the role. And customers? Most of them have no idea if this is your first market or your 15th. They are simply there to enjoy the event, shop around, and discover something new. That's why it is so important to give yourself grace in the beginning. The first market, it is about showing up, being present, and getting comfortable. Every vendor, even the ones who have been doing it for 10 or 15 years, had a first day at some point. They all know what it feels like to be in your shoes. Over time, you will find your rhythm, you will get better at setting up your booth more quickly, you will learn which product draw people in, and you will start to recognize familiar faces coming back for more. So, if your first market wasn't what you expected, don't let that discourage you. Think of it as the first step in a much bigger journey. Each market teaches you something new, and every single one adds to your experience. Stay true to what you are creating and give yourself the chance to grow into it.
My first market was
actually pretty well. My sister was actually doing it at first. It was the Scottish Highland Festival down in Payson, Utah. And I kind of just piggybacked off my sister because I self-published a book. And so I went with her and it did really well. And that motivated me to start selling my book at more places.
I guess my input is if you're going to do a market, try to do it indoors just because it gets so hot outside and there's bugs. The bugs can ruin your art and it's just a lot less comfortable. But when it's indoors, it gives people a chance to cool off and yeah, it gives them those little pockets of comfort, I think is kind of nice.
While I was walking around the market, I came across a representative from the Audubon Society. They spent over 4 minutes passionately explaining the importance of supporting the cause and encouraging me to become a member. I genuinely admire their dedication, and I do love birds, but at this time, I'm just not ready to commit to a monthly subscription. Maybe one day down the road, but for now, I had to politely decline.
Birds need the Great Salt Lake on their migration journeys, so we're really concerned about it. And I don't know if you know, but it's been drying up as of late. Have you heard about like the toxic dust and stuff? Yeah, so it's a really big issue. We found out that 75% of the water that's supposed to be going to the Great Salt Lake is being diverted away towards agriculture.
Oh no! Those greedy farmers.
Well, it's not even necessarily that they're greedy, like, you know, they're just trying to make their livelihoods, you know, but if there's just some water policies that are kind of a little bit outdated. We have these use it or lose it policies, which make it so farmers have to use 100% of their water rights or they lose it for the next year, which is frustrating because, like, we don't want to take away the livelihoods of farmers, you know, like, they should be able to live as well, you know. So what we did is we partnered with Nature Conservancy to go lobby with the government to get these policies changed so that we could go in and buy back that excess water from the farmers and put it back into the lake. So that's a win-win for everybody because then the farmers still get to keep their water rights and we get water back in the lake. In the last 2 years alone, we already got 133,000 acre feet of water back into the lake. So it's been an amazing program because everybody wins with that. So, and we're doing a bunch of other things, like we're buying land around the lake to turn into sanctuaries. We're doing that across the nation as well. And we're trying to get one of those migratory birds, the Wilson's phalarope, on the endangered species list so we can have federal protection and bargaining power for the lake.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff you guys are trying to do here.
It is. Well, we're a pretty goated organization, honestly. We've been around 120 years. And you care, a part of my French, but I kind of like to think that we're like kind of that bitch when it comes to conservation. Like, we've been around for so long. We were started by 2 women during the suffragette movement before they could even vote, which is really cool. And we've been doing things for a long time. Like, we helped get the endangered species list going to help save the bald eagle from going to extinction. We got the Migratory Bird Treaty Act in place, which is a really heavy hitter in conservation. So we have an amazing history of conservation and legislation under our belts, and we have a beautiful future ahead of us. And that's why I'm out here today. I'm looking for people who care to become members of the National Audubon Society because, like, as much as we wish it could, these programs can't be funded just based off of prayers and good vibes alone, you know? So that's what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for people to join. You get a bird magazine, a calendar, you get a tax write-off, which is nice. And we also take you out on bird watching trips, which is really cool. We have like 3 a week at our local chapter, but we have chapters in every single state, almost 500 across the nation. So if you like to be a tourist, it's a really cool way to get to know the local flora and fauna of the place that you're visiting. And it's also a household thing, so you can like bring your family, your friends, and it's just an amazing opportunity to give back, you know. But does that sound like something you'd be interested in today?
No, I would pass for that. I mean, sound like a very worthy cause, but unfortunately, I would pass. Thank you.
I would say, if you just have $25 today, we're a nonprofit. We're not trying to take food off the table, you know. We just say pay as long as you can, as long as you care, because any little bit helps us. Like getting any amount of water back into the lake, for example, is an amazing thing to do because it helps it not evaporate as fast, and anything helps. Like we need as much help as we can get, you know.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe a different time.
All right.
All right. See you guys later, okay? Good luck today. It's going to be a long night. Hopefully you get people to sign up.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's like 50-50. Are they going to do good? Are they not?
Yeah, exactly.
So pretty.
This would take me 40 hours.
Oh, I bet.
I have one that takes me 3 hours, so they all vary on how much time they take. And they just kind of.
You're going to sell a lot, Caitlin, during the winter. Are you going to make more beanies? Are you going to make more beanies during the winter?
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of my used ones, so I just make adult ones going forward. So they're on sale, so I can not have any more left.
Sound good. All right, see you.
They're little tiny dinosaurs, and that's all right. So I use UV resin, and I have molds, but then sometimes I add more detail to it, but most of the time I use the molds. I do the colorization and everything as well, so like it's actually really hard to get that gradient, but yeah.